welcome to the last dance with LoJ. I'm Grant, and we are so glad you are here to say goodbye to two legends. And now, Chair and Chief Executive Officer of Hubbard Radio, Ginny Morris, and VP and Regional Manager Dan Seaman. And welcome to the stage, Lori and Julia!
The tears have begun, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm already starting to cry. Wow.
The tears have begun.
Oh, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming to our last dance.
We don't have to say a thing. For
I
once,
know.
we're speechless.
I know.
Well, listen. If you look at Julia now you know how I feel after every contract negotiation.
Is my hair messy?
No,
I thought I made
me
you cry.
crying.
Oh, yeah.
Me crying.
Oh, you guys, thanks for being here with us today.
Well, of course.
Uh-huh. I don't know what we're supposed to say. I don't know what we're supposed to do, but I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, thank you for hiring us, Ginny. She hired us.
Well, I think we start with the story of how I wasn't here when Ginny started this radio station. I came 3 or 4 years after, but Ginny reminded me today about how she ended up hiring you two, and I think it's a great story.
Well, it's a pretty simple one. Is this on?
I know it. You got to talk really close.
Real close.
Julie and I had worked together at AM 1500, the talk station, some years prior.
Mm-hmm. Briefly.
Very briefly, but I was sad when she left then. And I don't know, how many years later did you call and say? 5, 6?
Yeah,
Quite a
something like
while.
that.
And said, I heard you are doing this talk station for women, and we think we've got a thought. So Todd Fisher and I went to breakfast with you two at the Egg and I and walked away just saying, why not?
Yeah. And literally. I mean, what did people think when you hired us? Your family, the other people? What were the comments? I mean, we didn't have any experience.
Well, that made 3 of us. I mean, nobody had ever done this before, right?
Right.
And
Well,
so we were...
I had done all of the body per nipple interviews, so I was really used to talking about just one subject. And I could go on and on, so I felt confident, Ginny, that we would be able to never run out of anything to say because we're
And
such
you never
good friends.
did.
We never did.
Never did. You never did. So, well, but to answer your question, I got a lot of grief from a lot of people. And I've heard you guys pull up some of the old newspaper clippings.
Yes.
Oh.
And some of the press that you got, that we all got.
Oh, yeah.
And the rest of the market, some present company included, just went, what the hell is that about?
Because you didn't work with us yet, Dan.
No, I didn't come until about 4 years in, and boy, we laughed when Ginny hired you.
I'm sure you did.
And the biggest thing I would get is, I mean, their voices.
I know.
Yes.
I mean, they are not voices for radio, right? Do you remember that?
They're
Like,
hardcore.
You showed them, that's for
We've
darn
shown
sure.
them.
Yes, we did.
I think of our first appearance, and I swear I feel like it was a Valvoline.
Where was it? It was like
I felt
Valvoline.
like Valvoline. They had the little general
Oil
cars
change.
in, and we were out there, and people thought we sounded like 60-year-old women, and thought we were going to be really large, and because we just old and large, and you don't look like what we thought you looked like.
But Valvoline, that means there was cash attached, so...
Oh, of
ka-ching,
course.
ka-ching.
I know.
I mean, think of the very first sponsors that embraced you guys, and God love them. And Marsh Walzer, who was...
Marsh is here. Marsh
front.
sold us so hardcore. Marsh, thank you.
It's just fantastic.
And Marsh hired me to work for KSTP AM 1500.
We do go back, don't we?
We do go back. Mm-hmm. We have had, I'm thinking, Condor Fireplace and Stone was at the beginning because they advertised on KSTP.
The knitting place.
Yes.
Yes.
There were a lot of really great early adopters, and
Yeah,
we
these
heard all the time that the audience was so responsive that they
were.
couldn't
They
stop.
listened to us even on the ads. That was really very delightful. Thank you.
Yesterday, we came across an email from a woman that was hired to be on the focus group when we first started. So apparently, there was a focus group.
Oh, yes, there were.
Right? But right at the very
didn't know.
Right at the very beginning, and she said she was hired and she needed the money, and she did it for 10 days and hasn't stopped listening since, and has
That's
moved all
fantastic.
around. And it was just the sweetest thing, and I thought, God, you had focus groups on us right away?
I know. That's what we were so shocked. We don't ever want to know any of these things.
I'm pretty sure we would have talked about it in
Yeah.
the moment, but yes. But you ladies certainly put this radio station on the map.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I come bearing gifts. So you guys have been featured on billboards for 22 years. So I will leave you today with some mock-ups of some of those billboards that I think in many ways represent the complicated relationship that I've had with you.
We have radio stations all across the country. Dan knows more about menstruation.
These two, I've been doing this for 40 years. These two, more than anybody I've ever worked with, represent what you hear on the radio is what you get in the hallways. 100%. So, many years before me, there was a billboard campaign. I know this is on the radio, but I know it's video too, but this is one of my favorites of all time.
Oh, shock without the
So,
jock.
yeah, so this is LoJ and Julia wrapped in caution tape with the saying shock without the jock, and I just think this very much represents the first time.
I think so.
Frankly, every time, yes. Well, this represents the first time and every time thereafter that I heard Sex Monday. Yes. Two, another one here is the latest billboard campaign we did with you, which was the WTF campaign.
Yes.
And that, I think, really exemplifies every contract negotiation we ever did. And just one quick story, I don't know how much time we have, but every negotiation centered around one thing. Vacation.
Vacation.
And we were, so these two, to set the stage, they came in together, so it was me against the two of them. So I was outnumbered to begin with, but they were never on the same page. And most of the arguments weren't between me and those two, it was between the two of them. And I tried to let them work it out, but one time they were again asking for more vacation, and I really felt like we were teetering very close to it becoming the Lori or Julia show. So I was holding firm, and at one point, Julia, in this fit of exasperation, goes, "Oh, does it even matter if we're here?" And Lori snaps to and says, "Julia, of course it does. But I don't think they'll miss another week." So that many WTF moments, but then we did a series that goes, there's just a bunch of them that represent Laugh Along. And this, guys, in the hallways, on the air, we have been laughing along with you for 22 years. Not laughing at you, laughing with you, laughing along with you. And I can't...
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
I talk about this all the time. And these guys know that, the staff that is here knows this. I truly believe that radio and audio can change lives, and I think we do. And you guys have done that literally with honest and frank and just real open conversations about suicide, about women's reproductive rights, about domestic violence. You have done that. You have changed lives literally, but you do it in small ways every single day when we laugh along on the way home from work.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, we did
Win
win pickleball.
That's right.
We did win pickleball. We have a couple more minutes left,
Okay.
I think. I know we are on a tight schedule. We have 2 minutes left. I just want to take this time to thank the Hubbard family. You guys,
Yeah.
you have no idea how great it is to work for Hubbard Broadcasting. You let us be who we were. There was no restrictions except for how to pronounce February.
February.
And I still do it wrong. But really, Thank you. Thank you for the gift. It made our dreams come true.
Well, thank you, and the family thanks you. It's been a true pleasure. Real pleasure.
I know, and Mr. Hubbard, I remember we ran into him in the hallway. For some reason, he was visiting the area, and he wanted to see the man wall. And I said, look at our beautiful man wall. These are original pictures, David Beckham, the got milk before tattoos. And he was like, he goes, it's like a teenage girl's bedroom in here. I said, I know. I said, someday I'm worried they're going to make us take it down. He said, will you tell whoever tells you that? They have to come and talk to me. They still
it happened
took
during
it down.
COVID, though.
Yeah,
it came down during COVID. We had a
Yeah.
good sea shanty about it.
We did a sea shanty
Well,
about it.
the woman wall really wouldn't have worked.
Yeah,
I know.
You know,
Wait,
so-
Donnie had that.
Yeah.
Right.
Donnie did.
They blamed it on soundproofing. Oh, we're going to zhuzh up the studio. And we're like, oh, this is like really famous. Mr. Hubbard said we could keep it up. And
I
think they were glad to take it down because
I
of all
have
the...
all the laminated photos that I did, and we're going to recreate it somewhere, and I don't know, be a good photo
that
shoot.
belongs like in the Pavic or something,
Huh?
in the broadcast museum,
Yeah.
for sure.
Anyway, in our minds, they were always with us, those good-looking men. It was super fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ginny. Thank you,
both
Dan.
very much.
We're going to
Thanks,
take
Dan. Thanks,
We're
Ginny.
going to take a quick break. You're listening to Lori and Julia.
And thank
on
all
My
of
Talk.
you. Thank all of you.
Our next guest was the original producer of Lori and Julia for the first 18 years. Please welcome longtime producer Donnie Love.
I don't know. Everyone is. I'm like, let's
everybody's
take a picture.
taking
Look how
pictures.
cute we are.
Look,
You're so handsome.
oh, thank you.
We're
You're
putting
too
you
kind.
over here.
I'll be over
Donnie.
here.
Oh gosh, we've been laughing.
Let's just sit in the same
Let's
chair
sit in the
together.
Same chair.
It's so
I know.
big.
We're closer. We've been laughing.
Nice crowd. Wow,
Isn't
look at
it?
this.
I know, it's like BravoCon.
He doesn't know what you're. Lori just said it's like BravoCon,
BravoCon
and I'm
in
like,
here.
Donnie doesn't know what you're
It's
talking
like
about.
what?
BravoCon.
I have no idea.
I know
what
you
it
I
is.
did.
know it.
That's why I'm like, that's wasted.
You've been away for 4
Look at how
years.
I
handsome
have been
you
away.
look.
4 years I've been away.
I know
Yes,
it.
but I'm much better now.
Are you?
Yes.
Donnie, we laughed so hard listening to our promos. Yes, Bronco put
So
it
I
together.
heard.
Windmills of Julia's mind have
painful.
never stopped. Even 4 years later, they're still
Painful.
going.
Julia's mind is a very scary place to go. It
Ask
really
my
is.
husband. He would agree.
Well, this is really an honor for me to be with you two. Yeah, 18 years.
Donnie. Yes.
18 years.
Okay.
How in the world did I survive?
I don't know how you
don't
did,
know
buddy.
either.
I don't know how you did it.
I have to tell you, it was,
Oh, Grant, be
I think
quiet.
it was
I'm kidding.
A couple of winters ago, I was seeing a show at the Orpheum, and Dan was there, and he was like the row behind me, and he said, "Wow, you're really looking good after you left the show."
And Donnie, you're doing like really the dream job you said you wanted to have. You told us like a year before you left that you're like, I
Yes.
just want to be a DJ
Yep.
again.
And that's what I'm doing.
Dr. Dawn, WDGY.
WDGY, 7 to 10 a.m. weekdays, the 60s, 70s, and 80s music. That's me.
And you have a voice for radio.
And you have a face for radio.
Oh, I know.
It didn't come out right, did it?
I was looking back. I have so many old pictures of us, and when we started, we were so young. I mean,
Yes.
I just looked at, telling Lauren, like, Donnie was so handsome.
We now understand why everyone
the
was
women-
fawning over you. You're
Oh,
tall
I know. I
with
think
all your
that's
They
hair.
were. Everyone's like, where's Donnie?
Where's Donnie?
Where's
You
Donnie?
guys are too kind. When it comes to fawning, you two are the champions because I saw fawning like I've never seen before.
Over whom?
Over every male that walked into the building, basically. Especially
so-
Donny Osmond.
Oh.
Yes.
John Corbett.
John Corbett, Rick Springfield, the list goes on and on.
Yeah. We have had
Yes.
some man candy.
We really
in the
have.
You did
studio.
have. You,
I found some old questions that we had come up with, like asking men, do you have a lucky pair of underwear and do you own leather pants?
Really
Remember, we
important
needed
questions.
little conversation
I didn't have anything to
things.
do with any of those questions. That's not what I would have asked.
Oh, no. So Dan Buettner was on yesterday.
Who was on?
Danny
Dan
Buettner.
Buettner.
Dan Buettner
Oh,
lived
good.
to 100
Dan
Blue
Buettner.
Zones.
Yes.
And he used to always be on our show. And so
Yes.
Lori says, because we found our little treasure box. Since we moved, we had put it away and it's not in the studio.
Uh-huh.
And so Lori opens it up and goes, Julia, look at all these great questions I found we used to ask. And so she asks him, here's one for Man Candy. What kind of underwear are you wearing? And he's like showing, it was so funny.
He showed us his underwear. I mean,
Doesn't surprise me.
Remember when we got in trouble?
for getting taking shirts
Oh, yeah.
off.
Oh,
Asking
yes,
men to
taking
take
shirts
their
off in the
shirts.
studio. Yes, that
I
didn't
thought
go
it was-
well. Who was the guy that was on Dancing?
Max.
Max
Maxim
Chermovsky or whatever.
Cheromkowski or
Something like that. Yes, you made him take his shirt off.
He totally had his shirt off.
He
He
did
was
have his
happy
shirt
to
off.
do
He
it.
was.
He was very
He
happy
was
to
in
do
good
it.
shape.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I never did that, but I did get my eyebrows waxed, which was a lot of
you
fun.
got your
Got your
nostrils
nose.
waxed.
Your nose.
Oh, the nose.
Don't
Yes,
you
it was the
remember?
nose when Christopher did that,
Oh.
and it was just like in the movie.
Live on
Kelly
air.
Clarkson.
Donnie, it was so funny.
We tried to find that clip because we're like, that is
Oh,
golden.
that was
'Cause you
that
had
was
a-
pretty painful.
You had a real nice word instead of a swear, but you wanted to swear because it hurt
I
that
never
much.
did.
No,
I never did. Someone on this dais did
twice.
twice.
Just twice when it was really verboten. I mean, we really.
Before
Hit the
Janet
emergency
Jackson.
button, right?
Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about something the other day, and I remember when Lori, you sort of Judge Judy'd me. And I'm going to explain what that means.
Just one time.
Oh, yeah, just one time.
This is a great example.
Yeah.
Many years ago, we were doing a broadcast from some new bar or restaurant
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And I had been to see the screening the night before the Brad Pitt movie World War Z.
Yeah.
So Lori
The
hadn't seen it
zombie
yet,
movie.
so she said, well, what did you think of the movie? And I said, well, it was kind of okay. It wasn't all that good. And Lori said, your opinion means nothing to me.
That's a classic one to use. Go ahead and borrow it for the right occasion.
Thank you so much. Yes.
We wanted to like it because it had Brad
I
Pitt
know.
and zombies, and we'd read the book.
Your
Yeah.
opinion means nothing to me.
Yes.
That was a classic one.
I
It
felt
was a
like that
classic
came out of
one.
our mouth a lot, which is horrible. Horrible. Gosh.
And then I was thinking about when you guys wanted to play games. Let's play a couple of games. And we came up with Beat Shazam. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we're so bad.
Where you
We're
had to
so-
guess what song I was
Oh.
playing. And of course, the best part of Beat Shazam is they would pick out a song and then they would sing the song.
We haven't got any better.
No,
We have not. Our voices.
the key doesn't exist. that
It
they
doesn't.
sing
I
it. It was
tried.
painful. And of course, they didn't really know what I was doing, but I would, where their microphones were on the control board, I would just kind of go,
You know, it's funny because we told Grant that on a Friday sing-along because he had us all mic'd up, and I'm like, Grant,
Yeah.
you need to take our mics way
down.
Yes. My
Way
first
down.
one.
You don't want to hear that.
You were the only one who could sing.
Well, barely. I could carry a tune. That's about it.
We're terrible at it.
That's about it. So that was fun. And then, of course, you guys said, let's play Jeopardy.
Terrible. Terrible
That
at
was
that
that
game.
was just awful. Julia couldn't grasp the simple rule of
What is?
you must phrase your answer in the form of a question.
That's the part I hate about that game.
Couldn't do that.
What is the
You know.
world map?
Who can remember that?
It was well, we were
You were so determined to beat her
I
that
know,
you just
I-
blurted out whatever came into your head.
Always,
You
still
know,
do.
The tallest mountain in the world. Oh, the Catskills. No, and it's not in the form of a question.
And then you know what I found out Julia's doing? It took me
Oh,
quite
stop.
a few years to learn this. She's a lip reader. So she would see me go to forum and say something, and then if everything was, synapses were firing, she could jump in and get the answer.
Did you get
I
that,
did not
Dan?
know that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I would read them all the
I
time.
did not know that.
Start something and I'd be like, oh, sure. I'd grab it.
I started having to put up paper, but then I'd never remember, and then I'd wonder, how'd she get that? Oh, yeah, lip reading.
I'm multi-talented.
Yes, you are. Oh, boy.
I could never see you.
No. Did they know that?
No,
How
I'm
it
going
worked
to
in the
explain
studio?
something. No, so Lori, in the last 6 months, I made her sit in the corner.
Oh, she did. Okay.
Because she can only see me.
It's never bothered me.
It didn't bother me either.
Yeah.
I couldn't
See?
stand it because I could never see you.
Blah, blah. This was a daily
We
complaint.
made it
that
work
It
for
was.
years.
So Donnie,
She wanted a one-way mirror. Remember that? When
Yeah.
she wanted the one-way mirror
Yeah.
so she could see you, and I go, "What do you care if you see
Doesn't
Donnie?
matter.
You
We
can hear
did
him."
we
But
did
I
fine
couldn't-
without it.
I
couldn't
know.
lip read you.
I couldn't lip
No, she
read.
couldn't
I
lip
couldn't.
read
I
me.
interrupted you a lot.
I've gotten some really nice feedback from people. They especially enjoyed, and I would do this on purpose. You guys would be talking about something, and I would purposely go off mic a little bit.
Yeah.
So you couldn't exactly hear what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it was, I have no idea what you're talking about. That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, we came across one. We came across one recently.
Oh, you did?
Lori's just talking about something shiny in a circular thing, a ball, a shiny ball.
Oh, yeah, the shiny ball
And you and
set.
I are like, what?
What is that?
It was a thought bubble that came from nowhere, I think, and
Yeah.
we tried to make it go somewhere. And
But we just couldn't stop. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
All
Donnie Love is going to hang out with us still. We're live at the Fillmore. It's Lori and Julia on My Talk 107.1, and we'll be right back.
This is The Last Dance with LoJ. Here is Lori, Julia, and long-suffering producer Donnie Love. Woo!
Oh, Donnie,
You guys remember one of the first slogans I made up about being with you two?
long-suffering Donnie.
No, that was Jason.
Jason
Jason gave me
did come up with
long-suffering
that.
Donnie. The voice of reason in a wilderness of estrogen.
You
Yes.
did. That was a good one.
That was a good one, yeah.
That was.
And it is 100%
Go to your room.
true. Go to your room,
Go to your
Go to your
Donnie.
room. That was another one. Go to your room. Yep.
Oh, I just think of it. Oh.
You know, in the early days, Lori especially wanted guests. And in the early days when nobody had even heard of us,
Right.
she was scraping the bottom of the barrel for guests, let me tell you. One day a guy comes in, and Julie and I are wondering, who's this guy? And
Was that the
he
guy I
was-
met at Bunkers?
No,
One
no,
day-
this was the guy. No, not that guy. You said, and he was dressed as a pirate.
Oh, that's right.
And you said he was the maitre d' at some restaurant that
Camellos
you'd gone
or
to.
something in
What was the
Wayzata.
deal with that?
Well, you know what? I am a sucker for a pirate, and I think many people agree with me on that. And I had a thing where we were going to have man candy guests.
That's a Man Candy
Oh,
Day. Yeah,
yes.
that's right.
And Donnie,
Yeah.
they would come in, and we'd just be like, and Lori?
Julia, it made for great awkward radio.
Beyond.
It's not the word I would have
Okay,
used. but-
here's a little clip, Donnie, of
Okay.
I think Lori saying something about you
Oh, great.
to your face.
The woman I spoke to said that at her school, the cooks even know what kids can buy what stuff.
Oh, yeah. This
Busted.
seems like a conversation that you'd have at the grocery store with
Lori,
a friend you ran into.
You're such you are just really.
I'm just saying, oh, you wouldn't believe what's happening with little Johnny's lunches.
You're just so mean.
Seems like a conversation No, it doesn't seem like it belongs on our show.
Well, a lot of people were calling me about it. What do you want me to do? Just ignore them and tell them to go away?
Yes.
Donnie's trying to defend his Velcro strap, orthopedic, nursing home approved.
Not true.
All you're missing are lights on the bottom of those things.
And it needs to say Buzz Lightyear. I mean, really, but
Donnie, when did you buy those? And was your wife not anywhere near you?
And no comment.
Okay.
no.
There we go.
And I feel like he picked him up at a swap meet.
Velcro boy.
You can see Donnie's new hot shoes from a flea
Boy
market.
Love. How about that?
Actually, if people knew your real name, it might go with those shoes.
You're right.
I love a woman who can make me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there.
Yeah.
But I also feel like you really like it when somebody laughs at your jokes.
No, I do.
Yeah,
I like it both ways.
And the reason
Okay.
why I say that, Donnie, is because I sometimes wonder, who are these ladies who...
We have the State Fair setup down there, and we have My Talk Land, and it's a new setup for us this year. And our girl Julia, our sister, I love her, but she isn't happy with the setup because of the way the stage is situated and because of where the producer sits. She said that she wants
is this the
Donnie
fair?
moved because the way Donnie's sitting, people see Donnie before they see him, before they see her.
That's true. That is so true.
So true.
That is so mean.
Yeah.
So Julia
You believe that?
Paul,
So true.
Paul Black, our engineer.
Can you please move
So
that?
true.
Can you please move the entire
Yeah.
setup so people can see me first?
So true.
Yep. Yep.
So true.
And then people were holding up signs about. Remember they were holding up signs, "Save Donnie" or whatever it was.
You know,
Yeah. So I had to move down to the other end so they could see you first.
That was
It
Julia.
it was
I
me.
didn't bother
And-
me at
but
all.
Donnie,
No, well,
do
you were in the
wanna
middle.
know-
Why would it bother you?
Nothing ever bothered her.
No, nothing. I'm very relaxed.
But you want to know what? It was so hot up there.
a
does that have to
constant
do with
refrain
anything?
from this one at the fair.
No, we're just going to say, and people came in with, I have a T-shirt and a picture, long suffering Donnie.
Yes.
You know, everyone. So we were kind of his pain in the
There were a lot of
pain in
strange
the
things
butt.
that you did at the fair.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, but I remember vividly the three of us sitting like this with live wires, pouring rain coming down through the trailer.
Yeah.
And they're like, stay on the air.
Yeah.
Stay. We're in a puddle. Don't you remember?
Yes, I
we're in
do.
a puddle.
Well,
You're
we
like,
were
they'll shut it
replaceable.
off if lightning happens.
We were replaceable.
Replaceable.
And then, like our first, besides the Valvoline, we also were at Cafe Latte in the hallway.
In the hallway, yeah, that was
In
a
the-
great spot.
That was a remote.
Yeah.
And the cowboy showed up, that one. And
Yep.
then we were.
And then he was a guest on the show.
Yes, he,
Yeah.
he was. He was. I'm trying to think of some of our other Then the 200-degree day we were in Wayzata outside at that restaurant.
Oh yes.
Remember
Yeah, it was
how
very-
hot that
we
one
were
was?
Outdoors.
What was it?
I don't
Donnie, you appreciated the lack of. There was a lot of pretty ladies to look at. That's what I remember about that outdoor event. I was like, look at these.
No comment.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Traveling with these two,
Oh.
that was an adventure. Let's see, we went to Los Angeles, and I think that's when you got the award, the Gracie.
Gracie, yes.
So we were all on the same flight, of course. Yes, I was part of the Gracie. That's when Lori had a malfunction with her dress, but that's another story. And we're getting to the rental car, and I hear, yeah, could you put our bags in the back?
I think that was bad to lift
What am I, a
it.
poor sky
I know.
cap? What?
We were going to tip you.
Thank you, Lori. But
And
I
then-
also. Oh, go ahead.
Horror of horrors, the hotel where we stayed at. It was a nice
The Beverly
hotel.
Hilton,
The
where
Beverly
Whitney
Hilton.
Houston died.
Right.
Julia found out that I had a room near the pool.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God. You
And she
made,
was on the second floor. Oh, nay, nay. No.
I'm self-centered
Guess
and
what?
selfish. It's all coming out.
I ended up on the second floor.
Donnie.
Donnie, you are long suffering. I forgot about that.
I forgot about that. But the time, what I'm remembering is when we saw your luggage tag.
You what?
The first time we saw your name. We never knew
Your
your name.
maiden name.
Oh, yeah.
Your real
yeah.
name, and we're like, whose
Yeah.
luggage is this?
That's
We worked together for 8 or 9 years, and we're like, why?
That's still a state secret.
I'm not saying anything,
Okay.
but I'm like, we were like, why is this bag coming with us?
Of course, one of the first things they did upon meeting me was make fun of my shoes.
I did. That's how we named you Donnie Love.
I was sitting in the general manager's office. I had never met these two. I had no idea what I was in for. And I hear them coming down the hall. And I thought, oh my God,
I think everyone
what have
did.
I done? And here they come. And where'd you get those shoes? There's some floor shine. Really? And then that's when they gave me my name.
Yeah,
I
Julia
did.
goes, oh, Donnie Love. Just kind of a, and that
Oh,
endearment
poor dear.
stuck.
But they were in shoes, but they were just
they were just nice casual shoes.
No.
They
Those were
weren't.
old, bad shoes. I was
were.
right to give you crap.
They
On the
were.
radio, I didn't
Yeah.
get what my shoes
I mean,
were.
you've improved your shoe game quite a bit.
I think so. I
Yes.
think so.
Thank you.
I mean, you poor
Appreciate
thing.
that.
You were doing
Yeah.
your job DJing, and all of a sudden you get us, and you're.
I
Gonna,
got you.
You got
Yes.
us. Yeah. So
Yes.
sorry.
I want to thank you, Donnie, because you're responsible for our book club. And we've had so many people say how much they love our books. And Donnie, it was his idea, and we had like amazing authors he would track down and get people. We'd tear things out of People magazine. And
Yeah, it was
Julia
fun,
has
though.
since found out how much work that is.
Right, after I left, that was Julia's job, and
Oh, I hated
no
it.
longer work there, and she's calling me.
I hate it. I hate
I
it.
don't. Who do I contact? I don't know who to talk to. And I left
hated
you
it.
a 3-ring binder full of names and phone numbers.
Grant just found it in his drawer.
Yes.
Every name is crossed out 5 times, so at the same. Harper Collins,
Post-its
Sarah,
and post-its
June,
and post-its.
Tom, Peter. They're all.
Well, they kept changing.
I know it. I
You
know it.
Well, author interviews with you were always so good because you didn't have a filter exactly, and you would say things like, "Well, I've read a part of your book."
I quit doing that. No, the best is the lady
know.
from L.A. and Kathy Hartner and I were on. It was the Elvis book.
The Elvis book, yes.
And then we neither of us had touched it.
No.
And Lori, you were sick that day.
Yeah.
And what we just really love,
Your index is
your
No, the table of contents
contents.
was really good.
And then I'm just going to go. And where are we going with this interview? That's what you said.
I think I was crawling under the table at that point.
Oh, Donnie,
I
it
didn't
was
want to be
so
associated.
embarrassing. It was so
And
embarrassing.
then remember mean old Loretta Swit and Susan Powder, how terrible they were?
Susan
Loretta.
Powder.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, Loretta Swit was just a biatch. I mean,
She was
come on.
beyond.
Terrible. She was so mean.
She
And
was,
We were
you
trying to
know.
help her sell her jewelry at the Thunderbird.
Yeah. And Loretta Swit was on MASH, as you know.
Yes.
She was Hot Lips Houlihan, and Lori wanted to know, how did you get your role?
Julia
Now,
has to.
Julia.
Lori made me Google it. Or probably print it out of something. I got a lot of trouble with Wikipedia.
Yeah, you
How did you get your role? And to which Loretta replied,
How did I get
how did I get my role?
Is that what you're asking me?
that
We'd
what you're
read a
asking?
really cute story about our audition with 300 other ladies in
We
Hawaii.
underneath
It
the
was kind
counter.
of fun.
We just dived.
Yeah.
Well, we were running out of time, and I think
I thank you for having me.
we
It's been
wouldn't
a pleasure.
be anywhere without you.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
very kind.
And we want you to know.
I gotta say, there isn't another radio show, probably in America, that could have an audience like this show up for their last show. This is unbelievable. L&J fans, the most loyal, the most dedicated, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for including me in your family. So thank you very much.
Yay. Love you. Love Donnie Love. He's the best. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to The Last Dance with LoJ. Lori and Julia have so many friends in the Twin Cities media. On stage, these were guests who became our friends. Our media panel joins Lori and Julia, so please welcome Star Tribune music critic John Bream, Star Tribune entertainment columnist Neil Justin, and Star Tribune movie and theater critic Chris Hewitt.
Chris Hewitt has brought, I love that you did this.
Yeah.
He brings us Twizzlers every time he comes on. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But
I
thank
had to
you.
smuggle them past security.
These didn't come through. You were.
No outside food is allowed, so.
Oh, thank you. I
welcome.
wonder where you put it. Okay, so I thank you guys. We just want to thank you so much. We're supposed to sit. You can. Is your mic on? Nope. So let's turn.
Stand by for news, everybody.
Check.
Thanks, sorry. I wanted to thank you for sending the limo to pick me up. And what a big surprise. Donnie Love was driving it. He had a different outfit on than before. But thank you for doing that.
We're so glad that it came. We were a little worried. Lori paid for it.
Yeah, right.
Really, thank you so much. You guys have been so generous with your time, coming on our show in an unpaid position all these years. We
I
so
got paid.
Yeah, you got
Wait a
it.
minute.
You guys didn't get paid?
I did not.
Chris, we owe you probably a lot of money after all the years of those. We just kind of thought it would be fun to ask you guys Let's just say hypothetically tomorrow, you have the Lori and Julia show, but it's called John and Bream or Neil Justin or Chris Hewitt show. I want to ask you, John, who would be your first guest and why, and what would be a Lori and Julie question you'd ask them?
Okay, I have a dream guest and then a more practical guest.
Yes.
My dream guest would be Taylor Swift.
Oh, woo!
And I would ask her two things.
Okay.
When's the date of the wedding?
Yes.
And two, share your platform for president because you'll be 35 in December and you'll be eligible to run.
Love that.
And then my more practical guest, I would have to have Donnie Love
No.
and ask him to spill the real tea.
You know what? There's a lot of tea.
Yeah.
That'd be a really good book. I think we'd buy it too.
Yeah. You forget these guys are, they're real reporters,
I know they are.
journalists, and everything.
I know.
We just are, we float on the fringe of knowing stuff, and that's about it.
We're just faux-y. Neil, who would you have on?
I like how John pandered to the audience.
I liked it too.
that was
I hope you
perfect.
came
That was
prepared.
perfect. Huh?
I hope you came prepared.
I also like that your questions are all about you. Again.
Thank you. Thank you.
It seems appropriate. So
course.
the show should be all about you, and I think the first guests I would have for the first week would be Julia's family.
Yeah.
I met your sister a couple years ago.
Oh, yes, you did.
And what a character, but even more of a character than you,
Catherine.
if that's possible. So I want the whole Julia family, maybe a month.
This is a good idea.
Right?
Yes.
What would you ask him?
Right.
How?
Why?
Why?
When?
Are you okay? I don't think like you that I would have to ask any questions. I think they would just talk.
It's true. It's true. The first time I went to a Barghini gathering, and it was like my fourth date with Casey, and the whole family was there, and I was just thunderstruck. When I left, I was like, that is the loudest family gathering, and there were only like 8 people there.
That's the show.
And no one listened to anybody, and they all just talked and laughed, and I thought, well, they're having fun. I'm just going to laugh and not talk and try every once in a while to say something.
You did.
Yeah.
You did well. My brother that she's married to is the loudest of them all.
Yes.
So
he asked me, he goes, should I be talking during your show since I've never listened to the show since the first early days, or are people there to listen? I said, yeah, talk on the commercial breaks.
Yeah, thank you.
It. Yeah.
Because his voice is Carrie. All right, Chris Hewitt, what about you?
I think my guess would have to be both of you. Pretty clearly you're going to be missed. And I guess I would ask you to Hollywood speak your exit here.
Oh. Should I answer that?
Sure.
She's older.
Yeah. Well, that's a cheap shot, but Julia,
I don't
do
mean
it one
that
more
way.
time. I can handle it.
Lori, I don't mean it that way.
I'm a bougie biatch, and I need more time off. I just gotta.
You are.
And I tried so hard to just work, 4 weeks a year. And 2 in December and 2 at the fair.
At the state fair.
And our boss was like, that's not how the radio business model works. So no, we're not going to be able to do that. Wah, wah.
And
so I started all of this. I convinced Thelma here. I'm like, we're Thelma and Louise. We got to just go off together, right?
And we are.
Fair enough.
We are. I'm thinking about how much has changed since we all started. John, you've been a music critic for the Star Tribune for quite a while, but think of how you used to have to do all your research. I mean, there was no internet. We would all go schlep, buy papers. I mean, you wrote for the paper, but I mean, think of how
Look at Neil's face right now.
But I mean, I'm just thinking.
I just love that Julia's talking about research.
We do it every
did
once
that
in a while.
start?
Just this week, I was trying to be prepared. But I mean, think of the streaming on TV has changed so much, and how we watch movies. So much has
and all
changed.
the social media we have to do. So now you can't just review a concert; you have to tweet about it or post about it.
Do you like doing that?
You just roll with the changes.
Yes, you do.
I mean, everything changes, but you guys. You guys have been in a zone, and it works for you. But we have to adapt.
Yeah, you guys do. We
You really
don't.
do.
We just make the world melt around us. That's what we try to
It
do.
really is amazing how everything has expanded, especially in my world, but all our worlds really. There's so many more choices, and yet in terrestrial radio, there still isn't a lot of programming for women, and it's really incredible that even after you guys have made your mark, that still is not a part of the broadcast world.
That's true. I know. It is true. Because even Julia and I, when we were looking at old, funny, bad emails that people, how much they didn't like us, but one of the things I think it was kind of, women are expressing an opinion and they don't have polished voices or they sound so Midwest. That was kind of shocking to people.
Well, I think it's also who owns radio. And I think, a lot of credit needs to go to the Hubbard family
For
and Ginny
sure.
Morris.
Big time.
Because the radio world, more than any other world, is so male-dominated, and they're putting on what they want to hear. And so even though the business model shows that you guys can be successful and that there should be more of it. So hopefully that'll happen
Hopefully
moving
it'll
forward.
change.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We just
We
have
knew,
relied
we knew
on you
nothing.
guys. Yeah.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Well, right.
Thank you for giving us
The next
content
level will be
and being so good.
women who actually know what they're doing.
That'll be the next. I give you Brittany and Kendall.
Yeah.
But we really relied on you guys for so much.
And Donnie Love was the one. He was like, we could ask, the newspaper media people who cover things, we could ask if they'd ever want to be guests. And we're like, yes, this
Done
is
and
so
done.
much better than getting strangers at bunkers and restaurants and, going
But
to...
I never wore a pirate outfit.
We're going to look forward to that.
But
Pirate
you always
party.
wore a jaunty hat.
You did.
That's my winter hat. yes.
Yeah, your winter hat. So, but we have loved talking. I mean, Chris, we talk movies and books. Neil, we try to have conversations about TV, and sometimes we're successful.
But the Minnesota
course-
Vikings reference in your story,
Yeah.
we were heroes for a day in our family.
Yes.
That he wrote a beautiful story on us in the Star Tribune about how
Imagine the Vikings leaving here to go to Omaha and likened it to us. And so Julia was a rock star in the Barghini family.
for a hot minute.
For that reference, so thank you.
And just the time and effort you guys came to spend with us and John Bream, the State Fair. I mean, every day you're a first
Let's
guest.
let's just sit on a bench the first day and have an impromptu show.
All right.
All right, let's do it. We'll let you know what bench.
And I just hope you feel our gratitude because really, you've kept coming. You've kept coming back, and we so appreciate you. And I hope all of you read them. They're brilliant writers.
Yes.
And we so appreciate you. Thank you. I'd listen to the show with Taylor Swift. We want to thank you. We got to take a quick break. I'm going to cry, so you say something.
Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate you. We really do.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Lori and Julia have many celebrity friends. Their favorite has always been the one and only Melissa Peterman. Melissa was hooker number 2 in Fargo, starred in the sitcom Reba and Young Sheldon, and now hosts the game show Person, Place, or Thing. Here's Melissa Peterman with a special video message for Lori and Julia.
Hey everybody, it is Melissa Peterman here, host of Person, Place, or Thing. And in honor of some people that I really love a lot, I thought it would be fun to play a very special round of Person, Place, or Thing. Let's get started. This is our person category, and I can tell you that, well, actually it's people. And here are your clues. They have hosted a radio show together in the Twin Cities on My Talk 107.1 since 2002. Any ideas yet? Here's your second clue. They are 2 beautiful blonde trailblazers with a killer sense of humor. And here's your third clue. They have just announced their retirement after over 20 years in radio. I know you know who I'm talking about. Lori Barghini and Julia Cobbs. Lori and Julia of My Talk 107.1. I just wanted to say congratulations. You two, you made radio what it is in the Twin Cities. You created a space for women. You used your voices. You are so funny and fierce. We love you so very much. And as somebody who loves the Twin Cities, born there and moved away, I listen to you all the time in Los Angeles, and you made me feel like I was home. I'm gonna cry. I love you both so much, and congratulations on 20 years. You're fabulous, fabulous women, and come visit me in LA now that you got a lot more free time. Mwah. We love you, Lori and Julia.
And now, please welcome our My Talk radio daddy, Jason Matheson!
Hi, ladies.
Hi, you. That was so
That
great.
was great work by Grant, everyone.
That was.
Was it not on
You
the
just
screen?
missed B. Arthur wrestling with that big monitor. I'm sorry you missed that. You would have delighted in that.
That was
little,
great.
It was on the back of her head and her shoulders.
That was fun. She was like a Sherpa.
I feel
I
like.
love it.
Are you good with us sitting here like this? Is everyone okay with that? Okay.
Why? You can do. It's your last damn show. If you want to set
I
this place
know.
on fire, do it.
I know.
Chairs are big.
They're very big.
Yeah.
Hi, honey.
Hi, sweetheart.
What do you know?
What do I know? Well, that was fun. That was sent to me by Melissa, and she said, "Can you give that to the girls?" And I said, "Absolutely." And it made me think. You guys have had a lot of run-ins with a lot of famous people.
Yes, we have. And you know what, Jason? Here's the thing about
I
our
love that
run-ins.
the audience, when I say run-in, they know what I mean.
Yeah.
Did you notice? I didn't say interview. I didn't say interview.
Run-in.
I said you've had run-ins.
And here's what is golden about our minds. We remember everyone who smiled and waved and everyone who can't be bothered, and we judge them just on that alone in the run-in.
And we still hold.
We hold grudges. We're
We do.
petty.
We are.
Yeah. Who did you piss off the most?
Oh.
Who, and I mean who looked at you like you?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
He hated
I love
us.
that the audience knows the answers to the questions.
It was Ben
Anyone
Affleck.
else anyone can think of? Jason Bateman, who I called Justine.
Because she called him Justine.
Well,
for like 10
That's
minutes.
his sister's name, for crying
Julia.
out loud. I was close.
Julia.
If you even
You
knew.
called him Mallory from Family Ties.
I did.
And he turned around and he goes, "It's Jason." And somebody from Us Weekly put it in the magazine the next week, overheard on the red carpet. Jason Bateman snapping at a reporter to stop calling
we were
him
promoted to
Justin.
reporter.
We were so excited we made Us Weekly, even though not
I
by
know.
name. But we knew it was us.
We did. We did.
Okay.
I'm trying to. Well,
let me ask you a question that you're probably easier. Each
we
of
were
you.
supposed to be prepared for this, but we forgot.
It's your last. What did I just? It's your last show. This audience doesn't care. You guys could. It's your. You do whatever you want to do. Okay. Here's an easier one.
Okay.
Who were you the most inside? Butterflies. Who were you the most excited to see on the red carpet, other than Donna Mills?
Hugh. Mine was Hugh. And
Hugh
she was
Grant.
at the Polo Lounge. Hugh
Yeah.
Grant.
But George
Hugh
Clooney
Grant.
and Brad Pitt and Johnny Depp, they
Yeah.
all walked by us, and we
Yeah.
we yelled at them that they were beautiful, and we got George Clooney to come over, and then we didn't have another damn thing to say to him, and somebody else got the interview.
But I think like James Gardner,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and Carol Burnett, because these guys would all win the special award, and they'd come back into the room, and we'd be like from here to there from them, and just sitting in their awe. I mean, it was just, that was wonderful. He was really wonderful.
James Garner.
Yeah.
It's always. We've talked about this before. It's always the veteran stars who have the class and they know how to handle it. It's the youngins
Well,
that.
the first time shows are always nice. The first time they've been nominated, the first time they show up, they'll talk to talk to everybody. William Shatner also talks to everybody.
He does.
Goes all the way down the line. But then if you see him the next year, they don't have the time of day for you. I think of that one guy from Modern Family who was in love with him, Cam.
Cam. Oh,
He
I
just
wish my
loved
boys
us.
were here right now. Cam, Will, and Sam. I said their names.
Where are you ladies from? We were wearing double blue.
We
Monique
loved Cam.
Louis. I mean,
We loved Cam.
He double
Ignored
kissed
us.
us, our hands, and then the next year, he didn't have the time of day for us.
Where
We
is
couldn't
he?
believe
Where
it.
is he now?
Exactly.
He's in one of his 7 houses.
Yeah.
Because of syndication.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're very right there. And I don't know. I remember you didn't like. Who's the guy that you didn't like so much?
Okay,
That you interviewed.
give me
No,
more
it's coming.
clues.
It's coming. Grace,
Which one? The one in our
Grace
building?
And Topher.
Topher Grace.
Yes.
Yeah, Topher Grace. Lex is here somewhere.
Oh.
Out of everyone that's been in our building at Hubbard, and we've been very lucky. There's actually Emma Thompson was in our building. Yeah, there's actually been stars that have been in the building, and Topher Grace was probably the worst. First, we found out that he was rude to his PR person the entire day, which is awful because they're there to make you look good. And then he got on our show. What, sweetie?
They're schlepping you around.
They're promoting your crap. And by the way, his movie was crap. I mean, it was a horrible movie. And he was on our show, and this is when we were your lead-in. Lori and Julia didn't know what our names were at that point. We were just their lead-in.
The show before us.
Yeah,
we were
the show
Sweetie
before the show.
and the gay guy.
And
it was
Honey.
like, yeah.
But we had a nice
We
relationship.
really did. We had a really nice relationship. We'll tell you about that later. That's in the last hour. But Topher came in, and you guys are out in the double wide, and Alexis, her eyes got like this big around because Topher gets on the air and starts saying the S word repeatedly. She was like B. Arthur this morning on our show. But anyway, did you hear we had to hang up on our boss?
No, what
she
happened?
She cussed on air. Yeah, B. Arthur cussed on air.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
She's been stressed out. She's really worked like a...
Well, she's wearing her hat. That's how you know she's stressed
that's how
out.
you know. She means business.
But Topher kept saying S, so Lex shut him down. We went to break, and we kicked him out of the building. We literally kicked him out of the building. I just said, what are you doing? This is completely inappropriate. Get out. And then I remember coming out and looking at you two, and they were like this. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
I want the dish. But, yeah.
That was a good one.
Well, we wanted to see him because
We did want to see him.
I know you did.
We
I
did.
go, you're not going to get a picture with them. We just literally had security remove him from the building. Sorry. Did you guys? Because red carpets can be. I know we got to go soon, but because this is the star portion of the celebrity. Did you guys? Because the red carpet isn't always fun because it's a lot of pressure.
It was a million miles of fun for us.
Okay, I'll be honest though.
That's what. Yeah, I want.
You have to show up 4 hours before
Yep.
anyone gets there. It's either hot, sunny, rainy, damp. Our feet always hurt, and you're behind a bush.
Well, we would complain in our microphone.
You're behind a what?
A bush.
A hedge.
There's always a hedge in front of us.
There's always a hedge in front of you.
But by the time people came,
Sorry.
I know.
Audience.
I didn't say muff.
And
I said bush.
Yeah.
And for you, that's a height situation for you. Yeah.
I had a box I did that I'd stand on.
We
We'd
would
stand
find
up.
her a box, and
Yeah.
I would have to wear my flattest shoes.
Flattest
Sometimes
shoes.
I'd have to be in no shoes because my feet wouldn't fit in the flat shoes that I brought. And I'm taller
still
than
doing
most of the
okay.
Hollywood people. And I was too tall for Julia, and we wanted to be even and not we wanted us to be kind of similar size
Okay.
and looking cute, and people would come and see us.
She's
Okay,
dying to
I
say
have one.
Yeah.
Big world, little people.
Oh, at the Beverly Hilton. You went on and on. I didn't even know who they were.
Should I interview you
Oh, yeah, she got down.
down here like this?
Yes, that's how she interviewed him at
You
the Beverly
did
Hilton.
not.
She did.
Well, I asked
I
first.
walked away.
We met the lady at the bar the day before. She was so cute. She was trying to get pregnant. And then, and
No, Julia felt very connected with them
I
because they
did,
met.
because we were friends.
I was appalled, and I pretend
the-
I didn't know her,
She
and I
did.
didn't know the people, really.
I actually didn't do it so bad, but there was a guy laying down the floor. I mean, don't you?
I don't think you'd see that anymore.
You're so glad. Your ass would so be canceled if they back now. Oh God.
We are.
You would be.
Yeah.
Well, I had Vern Troyer. I told you guys this.
Yes.
I had Vern Troyer
At the Starkey thing.
It was Starkey. That's when we got to know him. But in 1999, when he was in the cities promoting Austin Powers, the makeup woman put Vern. R.I.P. He's dearly departed. But they put Mini-Me on the makeup chair, and his assistant said, "Keep an eye on him." And I'm like 22. I'm like, okay.
And are you worried he's going to fall off?
And everybody turned away, and he had went to Planet Hollywood the night before, and he was drunk. And his people turned away, and he just lunged forward and rolled right off the makeup chair. So I had to pick him up and set him on the makeup chair. I had to pick him up like a Build-A-Bear and put him back on the.
And as I recall, he was kind of mean.
No. Now here's that story. No, he was actually very, very nice.
Okay, he was not nice to Julia and I think it was because we were.
Well, because you laid down to interview him, Julia.
It was Big World, Little People, or the Little Couple.
I don't know what
Big
the
Little
hell
People,
you're
Big
talking
World.
about.
You know I'm saying it wrong.
The final episode is just like the rest of them.
Why change now? We got to take a break, though.
Okay.
We're going to be back together.
We'll be back, yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. This is Lori and Julia on My Talk 1071, and we'll be right back.
It's no secret that Lori and Julia love shopping, fashion, and the food scene in the Twin Cities. This group has been their frequent fill-in hosts and go-tos for all the news on fashion, food, and what's new in town. Here are the hosts of the Weekly Dish and Shop Girls on My Talk, Executive Food and Dining Editor for the Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine, Stephanie March, and radio host, blogger, author, TV, and radio host Stephanie Hansen, and editor-in-chief of Twin Cities Business Magazine and host of Shop Girls, Allison Kaplan.
Ladies,
Hot
thanks
crowd.
for hanging out with us today.
Oh,
this is a big deal. The weekend we came up out of the basement with our stapler.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome
Welcome
to our couch.
to the show.
You know what? You guys, you have all filled in with us. You have all contributed and been content for us. We really thank you from the bottom of our hearts because you show up all the time ready to go and you're like, sure, I could do that. I'll do that. I mean, like so many times we've had to call you, can you just be on like today or can you just fill in tomorrow or something? I mean, so thank you.
It was our pleasure.
It's an honor.
And it is, I listen to you guys every Saturday.
Yeah, we are Saturday fans.
Big time.
Lori,
Big time.
do you listen to Weekly Dish though? Because you didn't eat food for the longest time.
Oh, that is not true.
She eats beans. She eats beans. She's got it. You know, we were just trying to think of like, for you, Allison. You know, you've had so many different roles, and now you run a business magazine. I mean, you've done.
I fooled somebody.
But we started with you when you were at the Pioneer
In fashion.
Press. In fashion, and you wrote some of the early stories on us. Thank you very much.
Yes.
And
we did all the things, many red carpet reviews.
You did.
Oh my goodness.
Is there someone like, okay, so someone who sticks out after all these years we've been watching the red carpet, or a couple people that you think they get it right? They get fashion.
That is a hard question.
Right.
I'm glad it's for you.
I thought you wanted to talk about who did it wrong. That's so much more fun.
Do you remember on Twitter, like during the Academy Awards, when we could all be just catty and mean about everyone?
Those were some of the most fun. Yes.
Lori still is.
I still am.
Yeah, we would just tweet all night long, all of us.
And then
just
text on the side.
Can you believe what she's wearing?
All the things.
I gotta believe you're done with the naked dress look that's been around for so long now. It's starting to be cliche.
Yes, my mother, Harmony, who is upstairs, not a fan.
Hi, Harm.
Not a fan. She is on a crusade against the naked dress. Who wants to join her?
I do.
Yes.
I agree.
How about, I was thinking back, I was reminiscing, what about Gwyneth? We've had so many highs and lows. Remember the chicken cutlets? We had a lot of fun with the chicken cutlets.
We did.
And she did finally say that was not her best.
Oh.
She should have worn a bra.
Yes.
Or perhaps nipples.
Nipples. Either, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't her best, was it?
Not her best.
No,
Not her best.
but I mean, like when we started, we had the Swan. You know, the lady
Oh,
Bjork
yes.
and the Swan.
Bjork. That's the gift that has kept giving
Yes.
forever.
Decades.
More referenced, I think, than any red carpet
And
moment.
before everyone had a stylist and looked great, it was just fun to see what people would show up in.
And before men wore skirts on the red carpet, and they
Right.
just wore the standard boring black tuxedos.
Yeah, that's true.
That was a big moment, though. 2019, when that happened.
Billy Porter.
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
Billy Porter?
Yeah,
and
Billy
we've
Porter.
seen a lot
Yeah.
more in men's fashion
Right.
since then.
You can't really be so snarky anymore.
You
No,
can't.
you
Different
can't.
time.
But wait a
It's
minute.
probably
Wait a
better
minute.
that
Can
we're
you,
done
Lori?
with that.
You can.
In private.
You really can.
You just have to be artful about it.
Yeah, okay. Someone sent me an email and said, we really appreciate how sometimes you and Julia just call, I hope I get this right, a spade a shovel. And I was like, okay, I think that's a compliment.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll ask Julia.
it is. You guys
Someone
always
has
said
to
it like
do
it
it.
was.
Someone does.
That's right. That's right. And I feel like, unlike a lot, while Vogue is saying this is, it's such an amazing look. And we're
What
like,
is
no,
your
it's
story?
Ugly. Yeah.
Oh,
no,
I
what are
hate
you
that.
trying to
Yeah.
say?
What are you trying
What
to
is the
tell?
story
What are you trying
this
to
outfit is
say?
saying?
Right.
That one drives us crazy.
I'm going to
Yes.
ask everybody I meet tonight, what is the
What is
story
the
of your
story
outfit
to
telling
tell?
me
There's
right
so
now?
much pressure, but be ready. Okay, you guys, the restaurant business, is there a great place that's open that you're like, oh, thank God we have this, or one that closed that you just still mourn?
We
talk a lot about Filio.
Yeah.
I
know, and that resonates with this crowd, right?
That was so
good.
I think
I
it
know.
was our age too,
I know.
and where we were.
It
It's
is
a
because
time,
you guys
right.
were in
It's
your
a time
20s,
in life,
and it
for
was
sure.
the uptown experience for what it was, and it was a community. It was a really tight little community of people, and there was 3 a.m. bar time. You know what I mean? Like, my God. So,
Happy hour started at 1.
yeah, I mean,
It
And
did,
you got
at
2
night.
for 1
At night.
and a free buffet at the Heartthrob.
right.
Oh gosh,
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie.
Heartthrob.
Stephanie worked there. She was a tabletop dancer
Oh my God.
Still am.
Still are.
on the side.
I'm surprised they hired someone who's like, kind of dances like you do, Stephanie.
Well,
Making the money.
yes, shaking the money makers
A lot
always.
a lot of dancing going on commercial breaks.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
a lot of
True.
dancing.
This
It,
is true.
it keeps you anxious.
Yeah.
You guys have been, when we started 23 some years ago, you've brought so many women along with you on the journey, both as listeners, but also you have a bright light, and you've shined it on people like me and Stephanie and Allison, Harmony, Katie K9. You've allowed us all to shine in your warmth.
And we get mad when they don't have you out at the fair. I'm always like, Arthur, put the weekend people at the fair.
They are there, and I think your shows have huge crowds. We have 1 minute left with you ladies.
So we need to commemorate the way we do. We are magazine ladies. Jane Helgen Olsen had these made
We made you a
for
magazine cover.
Also note, they put the broad in broadcasting. That's a Jane Helgen Olsen line, right?
That's so cute. Oh my God.
Add to your collection of covers.
You know what? This literally.
And you got a good picture of us. Thank you.
Brittany did this. Brittany, thank you for photoshopping us.
Yeah.
Seriously, thank you so much. It's so weird because I got my July issue, and I opened it up to her story.
And it's,
and then, you guys.
You guys deserve.
You guys
Is
are
this
the
a
cover
special
girls.
cover we didn't know we were on?
Yeah. You guys are the cover girls for us.
We love you guys. You guys, Saturdays are special with these women and Harmony. And
please keep texting us.
We
Will you
yes.
text us as you're out in retirement?
Yeah,
Let
I
us know
always
what
do.
retirement is like.
And
Would
let's
you do that?
regroup on the Academy Awards again and
Yes.
bring
Yes.
it back. We had so much fun.
oh my
Yes.
gosh, we love these. Thank you guys so much.
We did.
These are the
Thanks for
ladies.
everything.
I'm sure you all have some questions, don't you? The last chance to ask those questions is now. And Brittany Arneson, Lori and Julia's bestie and new host of Brittany and Kendall, starting July 8th on My Talk 1071, is in the audience right now to ask the final questions you have for the one and only, well, the dynamic duo, Lori and Julia.
All right, what's up, late? We need to hype it up. This is a party, people. That's what I'm talking about. Like, we are going to violently dance after this and
Yes,
act like
we
it's
are.
not happening. All right, we're in the audience. Does anybody have any questions Oh, weird. We're right next to one. It's almost like I put her there.
Almost.
All right, let's have your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Candace, and I'm wondering if you weren't doing this famous gig as the Drive Time Divas, what do you think you would have been doing?
Well, we would have been working together.
We
I
would
know
have.
that because we'd already worked three different places together. And when we got the radio show, we felt like we retired from corporate America and we were getting away with murder.
And I got to be honest, what would we be doing? Bossing people around.
You would be doing that.
And
I would get the press.
And she would. And we would have invented stuff, maybe other things outside of.
Yeah.
We had a whole slew of things we wanted to put to
Yeah.
market. I don't know, but we got our dream job. We
didn't know it.
We got our dream job.
All right. Anybody else in the audience have a question? Oh, I have it right here.
What will you miss the most?
What will you miss the most?
Each other. Thanks for making us cry right away. A second question.
We work with great people, too, I just have to say. We're going to miss going into the office. I'm going to miss her telling me how bad my outfit is that day. Jess is going to miss hearing Lori tell me how bad the outfit is today, and Brooke will miss it, too.
And everyone's going to miss my playlist.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's absolutely true. I mean, you could send us pictures of your outfits every day.
No,
No, okay. All right, what is your name and what is your question?
Hi, my name is Annie. First of all, congratulations on wonderful success.
Thank you.
My question is for you. Of all of your interviews that you have done, whether happy, sad, serious, comedic, has any of them inspired you to any positive changes in your day-to-day lives?
Dan Wilson. That was
Sonic,
yeah. He has inspired us to learn how to sing and or write. I'm telling you, though, we worked so long and hard to get him. That was a magical day.
Yeah.
That was the one that just came to mind because I saw a picture of him when I came in.
Right. But I think, because we met Donny Osmond, like 9 months after we started and, hijacked him from KS95, didn't know you weren't supposed to do that. and I mean, imagine meeting the boy you thought you were going to marry at 13 and who was on your wall. And he was so nice and gracious and wonderful. And I remember just thinking, that's how you be a star. And I remember thinking, that's how I'm going to behave. I'm going to be, I want us, I said, Julia, that's the way to be. He knows how to be a star. He's met everybody. Let's be like Donnie.
And how are we doing?
I think pretty good.
I think pretty good.
He always gives more.
Yeah.
He always gives 200%.
Just like us.
Yeah.
All right, can we get your name and your question?
Well, my
It's
nickname,
Pookie.
thanks to Julia and Donnie, is the one that really made it a nickname, is Pookie. Hi, Jules.
Hi, hon.
Laura. But my question is, besides making my dream come true of meeting David Cassidy, like 3 times between the two of you.
We did.
Yes.
My question is, who do you think gave off more pheromones, John Corbett or DC?
Well, David Cassidy, who gave off more pheromones. I'm wearing the thing. You
the
forgot to.
pheromones?
David Cassidy or John Corbett?
Oh, John Corbett. We had a line out the door. He's tall. He's 6'6", and
he was lovely.
Beautiful, and
he was lovely.
Yeah. He smelled wonderful and had a lazy look about him that made you wonder.
I feel like Kevin Costner gave off some pheromones too.
Well, yes, of course.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just gonna
you
say.
are a married woman. You forget. All right, what is your name and your question?
Hi, I'm Jen.
Hi, Jen.
And since you both started out with no experience, we have like no radio experience. I apologize. And Colleen Lindstrom, we have some kind of newbies on air. What is your advice to someone who's trying to break into the media scene? And is it even possible now to do that with little to no experience on air?
Well, we are living proof that it is possible. It started with someone approaching us to have a TV show, and we were just always like, why not? We always kind of said, well, Why not? Why not us? So we very much believed in ourselves and everything that we did. And if someone, whatever it would be, that's not possible, we'd be like, but we think it could be. So you have to have just all the belief in the world in yourself and be yourself. You can't fake a personality. You can't pretend to be somebody you're not. And you can't come up with chemistry. So it's just your belief.
Go for it.
Go for
Yes.
it. Just go for it. And if nothing else, you can be a TikTok star, damn
There
it.
you go. All right, can we get your name and your question?
Hi, Lori and Julia, Patty.
Hi, Patty.
I am wondering, when is Lady Exercise coming out with a fitness video and clothing line?
Well, Lady Exercise will be bouncing around Bozeman and then Fire Island, and you will be sure to see a little, just a tip for you on how to work out while not working out. So don't worry.
Awesome. I think we all need some lady exercise in our life. All right, can I get your name and your question?
Hi, ladies. My name is Betsy.
Hi, Betsy.
My question is, what is the one interview you didn't get to do that you wish you could have done?
Cher. Don't you think? Cher.
Cher,
weird that
Dolly,
she
and
would have
Mick.
loved us. Cher, Dolly, and Mick. So there's
Yeah.
three.
That's the holy trinity of our people.
It's so weird you said that because... No, just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Mick Jagger is in Chicago right now.
We have like a minute left, Brittany.
All right, I got somebody.
1 minute.
Hi, I'm Deb. Nice to meet the two of you. You look beautiful tonight. The sparkly and the shiny is going great with those jackets. Lori, we know and we've lived vicariously through you in all your travels over the years. Julia, where are you going to travel to outside of Montana or the cabin? What's the big plan?
Those are two great places to go, first of all. I'm going to Portugal in September. We're going to Iceland, and I think we're going to Italy in November. I've got a lot. But I will. Those are happy places, though, Montana and my cabin.
Yeah, don't apologize for your cabin. Don't forget to invite people to your cabin.
Oh!
All right. We love you guys. I won't say anything because I'll cry, but you know how I feel. I'll talk to you later. No, you'll be on Monday. It's fine. Bye.
It's just random. All right, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, our entire daytime weekday staff is going to be here to roast us.
Yeah! Okay, guys, this is the moment that the My Talk on-air staff has been waiting for 22 years, a chance to roast their two favorite ladies. Here's the entire My Talk air staff to say goodbye to our two crazy aunties, led by My Talk's radio daddy, morning show host, and star of the Jason Show, Jason Matheson. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
This is Sprite. It's Sprite.
You get so lucky.
We're ready for a Sprite. Hi, hon.
Hi, baby.
Are we on
We
the
have
air?
more. Are we introducing everybody else?
Is everyone coming?
Well,
I know their names.
B. Arthur has her hat on. Should we just do it?
Do you think we're live yet?
I think we're live,
Are
aren't
we
we?
live? Well, welcome, everybody.
And Dawn.
Bradley and Dawn, come on down.
Alexis Thompson and Holly Roberts. Donna and Steve. And the big Mike Zamboni.
Uh-oh.
So, are you two ready for this?
I think so. I feel like we
So-
should stand.
What are we doing?
Well,
We're getting roasted.
there are other segments where we will be squishy and happy and sentimental and cry.
Not too much.
This is not that segment.
Okay, perfect.
Good.
Lori and Julia, welcome to your roast.
You gotta be somebody to get one of those.
Well, this isn't going to be a typical roast. I mean, well, Dawn McClain will play. Dawn will be the most traditional of the roasters. We'll get to her. Yeah, she is going to annihilate you. But we're also going to mix some great stories
not the most glowing of stories.
I expect nothing
and,
less.
And we're going to kick off with the better half of the morning show. Give it up for Alexis Thompson, everybody.
Hi, honey.
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Hi,
Hi.
sweetheart. Honey, sweetie.
What's your name?
Lex, why are you calling them sweetie?
Oh, in case you don't remember our names, it's okay. We respond to hey you, all of it. It's all good.
Gay person.
Gay man.
He never said
that you, all of it for sure. I know we want to talk about Project Down and Dirties, don't we, Jace?
We do. We do.
And that first year especially.
Absolutely. So, if you don't know, Project Down and Dirty Year 1 produced many things. It produced...
No children.
It produced... We tried, didn't we, Julia? We really did try.
No. I'm glad I wasn't there.
That was a day... No, anyway.
Yeah, we were sorting diapers from garbage, I think.
But it produced a lot of stuff. It produced the catalyst that changed our station forever, because you've heard a version of this 1,000 times, but none of us really talked to each other. These two scared the hell out of everybody, and nobody mixed until one night over wine slushies, we bonded, and we played a game called Who Has the Craziest Life Story?
No, the most humiliating sex story. We were very specific.
Yeah, it easily
I
went-
wanted
yeah.
it to be about sex.
Yeah.
It went sexual very
I know.
quickly.
And Ian and Marjorie immediately, Lori says what she just said. Lori goes, this has to be about sex.
Yeah.
And you can imagine Ian and Marjorie's face at that point. So
You two stepped forward, and we were like, okay, yeah.
So Alexis looks at me because we had been friends for a few years at that point, and Lex knew what story I had in my arsenal, but I had no idea. Thank you, row one. But I had no idea. So Lori went first.
Just a tinge below yours in humiliation. Just a tinge below.
A tinge below. So let's just say, to kick the roast off, Lori's story had to do with one of her lovers.
That's right.
Yes.
Falling asleep.
That's right.
During an intimate moment.
At the wrong time, in the wrong place. And at first I thought it was a new technique, the snoring.
What the hell?
Uh-oh.
What kind of...
What was that technique, Lori?
Yeah.
What?
What was that?
Like motorboat.
Yeah,
Okay, tell us later. Tell us later.
Snore, a lot of noise.
The
and-
sleepy visitor?
Oh,
And what was that?
Lowest moment I thought of my life. There were more to come.
Yeah.
though, so.
Not that night.
Good one.
Now watch this. This may be the roast of Lori and Julia, but this is the part where Steve Patterson gets very uncomfortable.
My face will become the color of Donna's blazer.
That's right.
If this goes forward.
Bright red.
Because I beat Lori only a little bit by telling a story.
What can you share?
I had an unfortunate experience with a woman.
Yeah. That's all you need to know.
Did it
Just
involve vomiting?
Jason, you did not.
Donna Valentine!
Just asking for a friend.
Yep.
It did end
With, the
with
grit-
vomit. It did, yeah. And Boone's Farm.
Happy Pride.
Yeah.
And after that night, I filled out my paperwork for my homosexuality. That's right,
very
yeah.
nice. You were like,
And
not gonna do it.
Because I love Steve, that is where that story will end.
I
But
just
yeah.
want to clarify
Good
one
spot,
thing.
good spot.
I just want to clarify one thing. You won by a landslide, Jason. I mean,
Yeah.
you beat
Yeah, he
Lori's
said
story
just a little
by
bit.
a lot.
No, I mean, come
It
on.
was close.
This is the roast of Lori and Julia.
Thank you.
Somebody falling asleep.
That's right. It is not a compliment.
No, falling asleep by the amusement park is not a good thing, Lori.
I never made out with them again. That'll show up.
Probably good.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was a big bonding experience for us. So over wine slushies, and then that just kind of started it all off. I remember walking back with you guys and talking about life, and it was just wonderful. Now, I want to talk about the second year when we were at an old Ed Hardy's store at Mall of America. There was one big curtain between where we broadcast and where we slept. there was one bathroom, and it was just a sink and a toilet. So imagine that.
It was so bad.
So all of a sudden, now, Julia, you can't be very sweet and helpful, but you were like ultra. It was
You
like...
can be. Notice the word, Julia. You
No,
can.
I got it. I got it.
And it's very true.
Every once in a while, but you were like ultra. It was like, oh, you dropped your napkin. Let me pick it up. Oh, you've got crumbs. Let me sweep them up. Do you want some perfume? I've got it. I can spray you down. Here's some food. And I was just like, who are you? Okay. And so then this was when we used to do Miss Congeniality. Okay, and so it was voted by all of us. And so we get to the vote. And this is my favorite part because we were odd numbered, right? So it came down 4-4, and I can't remember exactly how everyone voted. But the last vote was Donnie Love. Mm-hmm. Donnie Love. And it was between Julia and Colleen Lindstrom. Okay?
No, Julia and Bradley.
No,
it wasn't
Colleen.
Colleen.
It's
It was
Colleen.
Colleen.
Oh, I always thought it was you. No. Well, Colleen,
No.
I get it
Yeah,
then.
it was Colleen.
Then I get that.
And Donnie voted for Colleen! Oh my gosh!
I was so mad.
Okay,
I'm like,
this was my favorite because you're right, Lori, you were pissed. And the next day on air, even after it, we just kept hearing about poor Donnie, man, he was just voting. But one thing that I do want to make sure, he was just, that's why we felt, is that you guys are always your ride and die. And I love that. You guys are loyal to each other till the end.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Even if Colleen should have been Miss Congeniality.
Yeah.
She should have. I always thought it was you, Bradley.
No, it's Colleen.
Yeah.
And it is.
She's misremembered all these years and blamed Bradley.
Yeah.
I remember the next Monday after, I think we were done on a Thursday or Friday, but you came in the very next day, sat down on the couch, and said, I can't believe how Julia was robbed.
Oh, I did.
And we're like,
yeah.
it's not real.
It's not real.
There's nothing
We
real
were
about
real.
this congeniality.
It was real. And I thought it was you who robbed her. And you're kind of a Slobovian a little bit. Can we just say that?
Kind of.
And like you
don't
never
know what
picked
that
up
means.
after yourself. And he was just kind of, he trailed garbage around. Tissues. I mean, he never picked up and poured his Coke out and put it away. And
all
I was
the
like, how's
resentment
this
she's
guy?
been carrying.
Did this somehow switch to our roast?
I don't know.
Thank you, Jason.
We're gonna be quiet.
Okay, but
we're gonna be quiet now. Keep going.
But garbage all over the place. That leads to Holly's story.
Oh, well, I want to make an observation. Having garbage all over the studio. When you guys nest, you nest in the studio. When I walk in there, it's like an explosion of papers all around Julia's room. And Lori is neat and tidy with her Hello Kitty lunchbox. At 3:15, it's time for yogurt. At 4 o'clock, it's time for a little goldfish snack. And maybe by 5:30, Lori and Julia are like, I'm hungry. Who's going to go to the drawer and get the snacks in there? And it explodes. So it is, hey, Bradley might leave an eggshell or two in there, but there have been times when I walked into the studio in 5:30 in the morning and the explosion remains.
Oh, no. Wow.
And I was like, well, we're going to...
Wow.
I'm surprised.
Yes.
Wow.
Someone must do a show after us.
Oh! Smorley and Mulia. Oh, those little, the gremlins that are on from 8 to 10.
From Holly, let's give it up for the roast master. She has a piece of paper in her boob. It's Dawn McClain, everybody.
You got it.
I know. Lori and Julia,
This is gonna be good.
let yourself go. You might think I'm talking about letting yourself go from the chains of work or emotionally letting go to live your lives to the fullest in forever vacation days. No, I mean physically let yourself go, for God's sake.
No kidding.
We don't need to continuously have you look 20 years younger than us on Instagram. Getting facelifts and injectables, all the good procedures, because frankly, 70% of us on the staff can't afford it.
However,
Lori has actually given us some tips on how to negotiate at our next conference.
Yes.
Just saying on the download. Dan, not you. We're not talking about you. It's a different Dan Seaman. Don't worry
Okay.
about it. Don't worry about it. And it's a different Lori. Don't worry about it.
Actually,
Vacation.
I think I've figured something out, you guys.
What?
I don't know a lot about Lori, where she went to school, or much about her childhood. I think she's been here for centuries. Lori Barghini is a vampire.
I believe that.
She is.
She turned Julia at the travel agency. You know those long vacations? Those are vampire feeding times, where they come back looking so young and refreshed. And now they brought back their Renfield, Donnie Love, to plan the rest of their life for them. We're on to you. Protect your necks, my talkers.
Dawn McClain.
Thank you. We gotta take a quick break. This is My Talk 1071. Brilliant. We'll be right back.
So funny, Don. Thank you.
Let's dance, My Talkers! The My Talk staff returns to continue the love and roasting of Lori and Julia, and here is Jason Matheson.
Welcome back. Woo! Welcome back to the roast of LoJ. A little bit, we're going to transition from the roast to some little sentimentality kicked off by Donna Valentine, but we're not done roasting and telling embarrassing stories of LoJ. Here to continue, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bradley Traynor.
Showtime!
Showtime!
You know, by the way, I say showtime every day because they forget that they're actually on the air at 3 o'clock. So one day I didn't remind them it was showtime, and they literally were just doing their hair and nails.
We yelled at you like it was your fault.
Yeah,
You
no,
forgot
literally.
to yell showtime.
They are the only women that could make me feel bad for them not doing their job.
True.
And I love them for it. Okay, so really quickly, I just wanted to let you know I have a roast joke for you. I did not write it myself. ChatGPT wrote it.
Oh, this will be great.
Here's what I came up with. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a round of applause for the dynamic duo of radio, Margaret and Susan. Woo! These two have been on the airwaves so long. How long? Their first broadcast was sponsored by dinosaurs. You know, their early shows were so ahead of their time that when they started, the biggest controversy was whether the wheel would catch on.
This is good. This is good.
This is our future. I just want you to understand. Dan is in an office right now crunching the numbers. How much can I save?
Yeah.
How much can I save? And Margaret and Susan, don't worry about retiring. It's just like radio. No one can see you. I don't know if that's supposed to be funny, but that's what I think.
It's ChatGPT.
Bradley Traynor, everybody.
And really, showtime is so important. Because
Yeah.
we go in at 2:56 as a turnover, and you used to do it. And then when you started, we made you do it. Thank you.
Yeah.
We needed it.
Yeah,
We did
know.
need it.
Yeah. Get in here and make sure you wipe down the entire studio before we come in. Yeah.
Whose piece of paper is this?
Yeah. It's yours, Lori and Julia. Yeah.
No, you left your paper.
Yeah. Here with another embarrassing story. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Steve Patterson, everybody.
You only have a few minutes, Steve, not 20.
No, okay.
All right.
Here we go. Another time limit again. That does, of course, bring back a memory of my very first project, Down and Dirty.
No,
and how,
don't talk about it.
No, bring your mic to your mouth.
Don't even talk about it.
How welcomed I felt.
Oh,
When I was, if you actually break it down, in today's environment where we want to make sure that everybody feels protected and safe, I was assaulted on stage. I had a shoe thrown at me.
True.
By Julia.
Do you want to throw one back?
No,
And a
I'm
broom.
not going to throw
Don't
one back.
forget the broom.
And the broom.
Yes, there was
dodged
a
the broom.
broom.
Trying to trip you.
Oh, wait.
There was a yeah, it was a whole thing. That was the early memory. But here's what I thought. Listen, we all love LoJ. We hear them when they come in. Our show ends. They're there 3 hours early. Why are they there 3 hours early, friends? I don't know. You hear the show. They certainly don't need to be there that
planning,
early. But
Dawn's roasting
this
Steve.
did just dawn on me this did just dawn on me that for the first time ever, and this will please all of us over here opposite of Lori and Julia, we can celebrate Christmas at My Talk, because years ago, we attempted to decorate for Christmas. And we put up tinsel, and we put up trees, and there were all sorts of things that made you feel good. There were some Christmas lights, and guess who shut it down? Krampus and the Grinch.
That's right.
They immediately were like, why is this in here? This shouldn't be here. It's in my way. The rest of us were thinking, it felt festive, but that did not pass bar for you two.
We don't even remember dissing that.
I'm just going to say that tree sat for 9 months in a bin right outside of our double wide.
It was cluttered.
You
still
know
there.
it did.
It's still there.
You
It's still
know
there.
it did. We left it so much no one would even put it away.
Is there truth
It's
to
still
this?
there. It's still there.
still there.
Well, then let's get it going.
You know why that tree's still there? Because what I do is I harvest trees on the weekend. I chop them down so we have enough paper to print out for your guys' show.
Yes!
Thank you very
Good
much.
one. Grant coming in for the win.
They're going to make a lot of money next year not paying for all the paper.
Oh, yeah.
No, Donna's still here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dawn.
Thank you, Donna.
I'll wrap that up. That's a perfect segue because two things. First, when Lex and I first started,
I know.
Lex looked at me and I looked at her. I had never done radio, and I said, Alexis, Lori and Julia have like a Bible thick of papers every day. And remember, when our show first started, it was just the two of us. Lex goes, your ass ain't getting any papers printed. So don't even ask for it. Don't even.
No. You get one paper.
One paper.
With the grid, that's it.
That's the grid. And I'll end with this. This was just so Bradley and Steve had an observation. I just have to make an observation that to wrap up the roast. Isn't it amazing? Donnie Love's been away from My Talk for 4 years, and he looks 40 years younger.
He is no longer
He's been away from you two for 4 years. Screw Skin Rejuvenation Clinic. We just got to get away from the station. Yeah.
That's so true.
Right? I looked at him, I'm like, he looks like Benjamin Buttons.
He does. No longer long-suffering, Donnie.
No. Grant's going to look like a toy in a couple
gray
years.
in my beard now. I never had it before I started.
Yeah.
You're going to be a toddler soon.
Yeah. Okay, so with the good or with the bad comes the good. We just roasted you. We embarrassed you for a little while. But now we're going to talk about what you meant to all of us individually. And here to kick that off, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one and only radio icon in her own right, Donna Valentine.
Stop! Oh my gosh. All right, let me ask this question. How much time do we have?
We have like 7 minutes, 8 minutes.
We're good.
Just keep an eye on B. Arthur's cap.
Okay,
just
I don't
keep
even
an
know
eye
where
on
she
it.
is. Okay, here's what I would like to say about these two who have paved the way for a lot of us in so many ways. I will say this, much like Hollywood, radio very much puts an expiration date on women. And that's a fact. You can, try to, find little examples here and there where that's not true, but for the most part, that's true. It's true. If you're approaching 40, if you're, dear God, approaching 50, you're about to expire, and there's going to be an excuse for why you expired. So these two come to this radio station, they present their case, they know what the station is going to be about. You kill it for 22 years. And you inspire people like me who was on my way out when I was in my late 40s. And I thought, well, okay, this is it. I have to go get a job at Macy's, which is fine. I would do it for the discount. However, so you listen to the station and you see multiple examples of people like you who are like killing it. You're persevering. You're not only doing your job, you're doing it extremely well and with so much passion. And
yes.
For someone like me, you paved the way. For someone like me who thought my career was over, I might get a little verklempt. But you basically gave me a chapter 2
of my career when at a point in which I never thought it was possible. So thank you. I know we're not supposed to do this, but I didn't want the night to end without you knowing what you meant to someone.
Thank you, Dennis, so much. Oh, that's so kind. Are you saying we're old? That was really sweet. That's really
Standing
sweet.
ovation.
That's really kind.
Standing ovation for those on the radio.
Women of a certain age, we have a lot to say. We have a lot of wisdom. We have a lot that we can share with you that is useful. And I feel like people forget that. So thank you for that.
You're so
Once
welcome.
again, I love you. Thank you.
We love you too. Thank you. That was so kind.
Lex,
I'm not sure if you know my name, by the way. I'm Donna. AKA Han.
Can I?
Bradley, continue.
I really do, and I've just been sitting here thinking about this, and probably Jason, feel free to chime in because I think you'll speak to this as well, if not better than I could, which is that in addition to creating a voice for women, you created space for other communities. And that's a community that I'm a part of and that Jason is a part of. And being that it's Pride Month, I just want to say thank you. Not that I or Jason, we have the ability to give you thanks on behalf of everyone, although we will.
Go ahead and try.
One of the first times I listened in, you were talking to somebody from Minnesota AIDS Project. And I just remember thinking, and that was, God, probably 15, 16 plus years ago. There were not voices like that everywhere on the radio dial. So for that, thank you. And I know you have created so many wonderful opportunities for people from other communities to speak on your show, and it means a great deal to all of us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's important to hear for the one and only. Give it up for Grant, everybody.
I have to say that these two have really taught me a lot over the last 3 years. Whether it's sex education, whether it's how to pronounce a word, whether it's how not to talk in legal terms. But honestly, no, seriously, when I got to join you guys about 3 years ago, I was very green in this business and nervous as all hell. And you guys took me in and accepted me and let me talk and taught me how to do radio properly. And I can't thank you enough for that. Being here with you right now makes me realize how blessed I am to work with such talented women who have paved such a path like Donna and all you guys have said. And I'm so honored. And I'm going to miss you guys so much, but we're still going to hang out together. But seriously, though, when I came to this show, you guys really whipped me into shape, and I can't thank you enough for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And because we got a break soon, but before we move on, I think all of us here, everybody on this couch, because after today, they said about, we talked about this morning. You know, when people retire, when Johnny retires, when Letterman retires, it's like, oh, the show's going away, or the Tonight Show is going away. No, it was never the Tonight Show. It was never the Late Show. It's Carson. It's Letterman. The truth of the matter is, after today, this show will... This show will... This show will no longer be around. So Grant, before we move on, because you're a big part of the show, I think you two would agree, it's really hard to follow somebody that's immensely popular. And you came in a very difficult position to follow Donnie Love. And the My Talkers and everybody embraced you.
Thank you.
And you became a great pillar for these two when they needed it. So on behalf of all of us and the My Talkers, thank you.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, Lord. Yeah. Thank you, guys.
We're going to take a break. We're going to hear from Dawn and Holly and Alexis and Mike Ganger when we come back, and Steve when we come back. Back in a moment.
All right, everybody, this is the last dance. The My Talk staff is back to love up Lori and Julia for one more segment, and here again Jason Matheson, our My Talk radio daddy.
Thank you, Grant. Well, again, we went from a roast to what you really mean to us in our limited time for your last broadcast. And I'm going to turn, because I know that she has a great story, I'm going to turn to my better radio half. Give it up once again for Alexis Thompson, everybody.
Ooh, LoJ.
Hi.
Hey, girls, hey. Oh, gosh, okay. Well, I kind of grew up here on the radio station, and we went from, like, I don't know you to that one night at the State Fair and really getting to know each other. And I just want to thank you both for not only, paving the way, like Donna said, but also just showing us what true sisterhood is. You really are sisters, but also friendship and really being, like, loyal to the end. I kind of mentioned that before, too, but it really showed you were there for us, too, as well, when we were, going through our contracts or just talking about life in general. And
Shh, don't give away all the state secrets.
Well, yeah. And, for me, especially with both of you, we talked about motherhood and becoming a mother, and it was a long journey to get there. And so I know we had some private conversations about that, but I'm grateful that you took the time to do that with me, because I really felt hopeless and, that it wasn't going to happen. So I'm grateful as a mother, and also talking about your own struggles too. So thank you.
Oh,
and military brats for life, Lori, right?
Yeah.
We're both military kids.
Know. My mom that's the only thing she got mad about in one of the stories. They called you an Army brat. You're an Air Force brat. And it's there's a difference, as the military brats know. I'm like, Mom, it's okay.
Yes.
Alexis, you're
loyal to the
so
end.
dear, and I hate it. It's hard because none of us get to spend time with each other because we work such opposite hours.
Just Project Down and Dirty, which
that was our best.
We'll
show.
MC if they'll have us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll sleep overnight.
That would be so fun.
We'll
putting
lead
it out
Truth Dare,
there.
Double Dare, Promise or Repeat.
I think we're not doing that anymore now. I think we're wrapping that up.
It was so fun.
So thank you for being so sweet.
Here with more
You
memories.
don't have that rap. You have moments of sweetness.
They do. We couldn't do the morning show without her. Give it up for Holly Roberts, everybody.
So I can't, Donna spoke, Alexis spoke, Bradley spoke, everyone has said things, but I'll just speak for myself. When I started at My Talk, I don't think I've ever really talked about it, but I was at rock bottom in my life in so many ways. But I got a yes here. And I got a yes from you guys. And you just took me in. I had never done radio. I never thought my life would be in this way. It was a mess. But you made space for me. And through being in that space every day, you showed me a vision of what a good life could be like. And I had completely lost that. And I thank you for the years of shenanigans and Hollywood gossip and talking about all these things that I love. And you, just by being yourselves, you shared that with me and showed me how life could be great. And you shared that with all of your audience. And I just want to thank you for that, because you really helped save my life.
We were just blown away at how smart and pretty you were. We were just like,
we'll take her in.
Yeah, I'm like, this girl needs to be on top of the world. She's so smart and pretty, and the dimples, and my God, she's going places.
Dildos? Did you say dildos? Oh.
Dimples.
Holly!
Ooh.
Holly!
We're not talking about what's in your drawers.
My God, Holly!
Look at the
Too many
nipples
sex
on her.
Mondays.
This is the sentiment part, Holly! You said dildo! Holly!
You laughed because it wasn't a non-possibility, though.
Jenny Hubbard is here, for heaven's sake.
That's funny.
I know, we were supposed to milk a cow at the state fair together.
Exactly,
okay,
yeah.
that's still on.
Oh,
Anyway, but
dildos,
thank
dimples.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I love you guys. I love you.
We love
Here,
you.
Now, give it up for Dawn McClain.
When I got called to possibly do this job, I started listening to the station and primarily the morning show because I was asked to join them. So I started listening to the station, and then I started hearing LoJ and Julia, and I didn't know what it was. I was like, what, is this a bit? Because I thought they were doing characters of Minnesota women. And I'm like, they maintain this for 3 hours straight. This is, I went to college for acting, and I thought, I can't believe how good they are. This is so authentic and real. And then I realized they're real. But it's because of your honesty and you don't overthink things. You know how many, well, I didn't mean it that way, but.
We know what you mean.
No.
Over?
I've twisted myself in a pretzel doing radio since I was 19, trying to be something for the audience. And every day you inspire me to be myself.
Thank you. That's so sweet. And we know you mean it because now you're crying and you're risking your mascara.
I know.
But really, every day I have to remind myself, just be yourself. And you guys never did anything but that. So, thank you.
And don't leave any paper behind.
Yeah.
Well, last but not least, he's the one of the newer members of our crazy family. Give it up for Mike Ganger, everybody.
Thank you. And one of the scarier moments of my life is when I had worked with every single show, and I had filled in, everything has gone great, and then I was told I'm going to fill in and be a producer on LoJ's show. And it's a little intimidating, but I will say you guys immediately made it feel so welcoming and really just gave me the confidence that I needed and felt good about myself. And again, I couldn't have done that without you guys. And I just loved, because I would come out of the studio sometimes and you'd have Julia there who would say, Mike, I just heard that segment. It was so awesome. You sounded so good. You guys were great. I appreciate that so much. You don't know how much that meant to me.
You are great.
And then LoJ would have the same criticism every time. When are you going to get them to stop doing that damn soup segment? Every single time. It's such a waste of time. Why are they doing it?
It's true.
But honestly, you two are so amazing. I only got to experience one project Down and Dirty with you two, which is going to be a very big regret for me because it was such an amazing experience. The way you performed on that pickleball court was unbelievable. You can't script sports, and I was worried about what that championship was going to be like because you just can't script that.
Yeah, you were the play-by-play guy.
And I was the play-by-play guy.
I'm sorry, Steve.
It was incredible, like 28 to 27, whatever it was. It was such an incredible match. You guys just went back down. You got the win.
It really was exciting, and everyone was rooting for us, Steve.
Yes, we were.
Yes, they were.
But thank you for everything you've done, everything from instilling confidence in all of us and to paving the way like we heard. You guys are amazing, and we appreciate
You're
it.
going to just do fabulous. You already are, but thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
We have just a little bit, and there's one person we forgot. Give it up for Steve Patterson, everybody.
You know, I'll keep it quick since we got more to get to.
We have 1 minute.
Yeah, okay. Let me say
or
this.
they'll throw a shoe at you.
Yeah, I know. Keep them on. Are those buckled? All right. LoJ, I remember one of our first project Down and Dirties. She sidled with me and Ryan Perpich, God rest his soul, still alive in the newsroom. But you sidled us and you were talking to us about negotiating. And here's what I'll say is the interesting takeaway from that was that you were communicating to two people who were newer in that industry that just because you got the job that feels like a dream job, that we still bring value and ought to be valued. And it was a really instructive and confidence-giving conversation. So thank you for that from a strategic standpoint. And then Julia, I'll say this quickly. So many times, and you might not know this about her, but so many times she'll catch us if we're leaving in the hallway. I can't count the amount of times that she has grabbed me by the arm, hey, honey, come here. And then she will look at me and get really close, and she will just affirm me and encourage me and tell me that just really nice, kind, uplifting, encouraging things that she doesn't have to. She could just let me pass and say hello. Yes. And you have like made eye contact and specifically mentioned things and been such an encourager. And I think that that's a really beautiful gift that you bring to all of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's true. She does do that, and she means it.
I know.
Should we, hey guys.
She means it.
Go figure that.
Should we crown her Miss Congeniality?
I don't
So,
think we should.
The perfect way.
Oh,
Lex
Amir
Lex and I talked about this. The perfect way to end this up, and I think the audience will agree, after 12 years, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Congeniality
is Julia.
2024.
Yes.
Julia Cobbs, everybody.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Yes. We love all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're going to miss you.
Well, we all had a chance there to give a little bit of a roast and love to LoJ and Julia, and of course some laughs, which you all know that they have made me laugh so hard for the last 3 years. That giggle is absolutely genuine. Thank you for that. But right now, Jason, it's your turn to tell these girls how much they mean to you.
Oh, gosh.
And we love you all. Thank you.
Are there enough words?
What, sweetie?
Are there enough words?
No. So, I wrote something down, and I never do that. But I knew that I would feel exactly...
Oh, this is going to be hard.
I knew that I would feel exactly how I feel, so let me say the unwritten part first. Just like Dawn and then my buddy Holly, some people picked up on it. During Project Down and Dirty, this encapsulates these two for me. During Project Down and Dirty Film Fest, I was at I was really low. And it's the closest Julia? It's the closest I've ever come to quitting. And it was real rough for a variety of reasons. And I'll tell you something. We used to get emails because I'm a smartass, and I used to poke fun at them because we're friends. And it was, Letterman has always been my inspiration, and Letterman was a smart aleck, and I only picked on them because I loved them, and we were in on the joke. But the sassy stuff is what you guys see and what you hear, but what you don't see and feel is what I did when I was really at my lowest at this station. I felt like I probably should hang it up and I should be done. And Julia came up to me personally during that, repeatedly, came up to me personally and did what she did for Steve. And then that one, Lori. Everybody thinks Lori's a hard ass, and she is. In the best way, she is. But what you don't see, and I hope you are lucky enough to have a friend like these two, but what you don't see is Lori texted me every single day to check on me. And that's the stuff we don't, talk about. But I just want to say thanks to the both of you. So I'm going to read this because, again, I knew I wouldn't be able to get through this. Ladies, I'm good. Oh, no, I can see. Thank you. You're very sweet. I am kind of fogging up my glasses, though, but yeah.
The condensation.
I know. Do you want me to read it?
No, I'm good. Thank you, Grant. Ladies, as I sit down to write this, my little gay heart is filled with a mix of emotions that are hard to put into words. Today, tomorrow you will say goodbye to a chapter in your lives that has been filled with laughter, empowerment, and history-making moments for women all over the state of Minnesota. For 22 years, your show has been a clubhouse of joy, inspiration, and unity for women everywhere. The memories we have created together at My Talk are etched in my mind like beautifully handwritten notes. From hilarious on-air moments like Donna Millsgate.
That was the best. And it was Donna.
It wasn't Donna Mills.
It was.
It wasn't. To the empowering conversations that left a lasting impact on our listeners and me. The two of you have been a force to be reckoned with. You have brought smiles to faces, tears of joys to eyes, and laughter that echoed through the hallways of our weird-ass configured building. It really is a very weird building. Sorry, Jenny Hubbard. Your show was not just about entertainment. It was about breaking barriers, challenging stereotypes, and giving a voice to so many. You provided a platform where women could find solace, embrace their uniqueness, laugh their ass off, and feel empowered to take on the world. Through your humor and grace, you have shown that strength and resilience can coexist with joy and laughter. The bond we share goes beyond the radio waves. You have become my family, supporting and lifting us up through every high and low, and every time I wanted to poison B. Arthur's food. Sorry, B. The moments we spent together at My Talk will forever hold a special place in my heart. The camaraderie and friendship we have forged are priceless. As you embark on what's next, it's only natural to feel a sense of sadness and nostalgia, but let us also embrace the excitement and anticipation of what lies ahead for the both of you. Your legacy will continue to shine brightly in the hearts of us and the women whose lives you have touched. The impact you two have made, the laughs we have shared, and the stories we have told will forever be part of our collective history at My Talk. You will always be the queens. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the both of you. Your ability to find humor in the toughest situations has been a gift, and your early support of me and my career at My Talk has meant more to me than I could ever put into words in this note. So thank you for being the incredible colleagues that you are and the friends that you've been to me for years. I am honored to have been a small part of this journey with both of you, and I look forward to witnessing the amazing things that you will accomplish in the future. With gratitude, love, and a heart full of memories, I love the both of you so much. Love, Jace.
Oh, Jason.
Okay. Well, thank you for ruining our makeup. I think we have to wrap it up, but I hope you know how we felt like you're our little brother, but also our leader. You know, we always say that about you. You've saved us. When we couldn't raise any money, you would come on with us and say, all right, I'll join them. We were the worst fundraisers.
Because you were really horrible at raising money.
At it. Last year we were good at it.
Lori didn't even want me to even talk about it.
Do we have to talk about it?
During fundraising. I mean, but you've always picked us up, so I hope you know what you've done for us. And it just means so much, your friendship, because we're friends.
Oh, we are. Was that a question? Oh, yeah. We'll be right back, everybody.
This is your song, Lori and Julia. Welcome and thank you to everyone here at the Fillmore in Minneapolis, to our video audience, to our beloved radio listeners. This is the final segment with Lori and Julia. We get to hear their final thoughts and words from Lori and Julia. Lori and Julia, take it away, guys.
Well,
Is this what you've been waiting for?
I just need to sit next to you.
Sit next to me. Oh my gosh. How is it at the end of this long yellow brick road already?
Oh, we're just beginning. We're just beginning. Thank you. Gosh, we feel the love. We work with such smart, wonderful people, and all of you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
feel like we're at LoJ Con.
Lori said to Donnie, it's just like being at BravoCon, and Donnie's like, what?
I go, remember Real Housewives, you know that show?
When this all started, Lori quit her job before we had our job. I'm like, you what? I left money and made no money. I mean, we both took we just gave up everything because this is just something that we always wanted to do. And we're so lucky that all of you have hung out with us for 22 years. I remember at the beginning when we would try to say, we didn't want to say thank you for listening. We always said thanks for hanging out with us. And thank you for hanging out with us.
Aww.
We would be nowhere if you guys just didn't make a mistake on the dial one day and tune us in. Because we know it's true. Thank you for reading everything.
Oh, Julia, my pleasure. I would have read it anyway.
I know you would have. And I just think our staff is so great. I hope they know we love them. But I just think I'm going to miss you the most.
I know. I'm going to miss you the most. I feel like...
And we're in the same family.
Yeah,
but we
I
know it. But we won't be spending like 6 hours a day yapping.
Yeah.
And I... We are related.
We are related.
But it's not the same as sitting...
If you see a manly version of Julia wandering around, it's
my
one
brother.
of her brothers.
I want to thank our families for putting up with us, because we've been busy too, doing this show. And so I really want to thank everybody for their support and our families. And B. Arthur, I want to thank you. She was with us since pretty much the beginning. There were so many people who got us here.
Yes, B, there's B.
I mean, it wasn't, and
Jess and Brooke, I know.
Jess and Brooke, we love you so much.
Yeah. We're going to miss all our peeps at the office.
We're going to miss our peeps. Grant, thank you.
Yeah, Grant had to send me a video of him dancing to Barry White, You're My First, My Last, My Everything, because that was in the double
this
wide.
morning, yeah.
All the time.
We're gonna have a little toast with you guys. We're drinking on the show.
Wow.
And we have a special treat for you because for 22 years, Lori picked out our theme song by the Suburbs, Love is the Law.
Love is the law.
And for 22 years, Chan Poling hasn't made a dime off of us.
That's right.
And we're going to be singing that out, but in the meantime, if you wanted to say something really sweet to me, you could right now.
Julia, I'm going to see she's a director all the way to the end.
All right, well, we're going to get this Love is the Law going here. Love is
Oh,
the Law by
yay.
the Suburbs
Jan
is a special
Poling,
song to
She
all
didn't
of
have
us.
to say it.
And our audience, we are joined by the founder of the Suburbs, Chan Poling, with Kat Perkins and Shannon Kerfman. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you. We're going to sing with
We get a little live performance of the song that made us fall in love with Lori and Julia.
Okay. So Chan, you've been so gracious. You know, these guys have been you've been in our ear for years. Everyone knows you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. And Lori.
Sorry, I have a little speech.
Oh, good. Oh, all right.
Four score, and no. I wrote the song many, many years ago, and the fact that you guys have kept it alive, been my pleasure to give you my song royalty free.
I know. 22 years.
But so thank you. We're gonna miss you. We love you so much. Performers really love these guys because they're out there just beating the bushes, getting people to shows. So we totally dig them.
Thank you.
I usually have a rock band behind me, so we'll see what happens.
Shannon and Kat.
We got this.
I was walking through the middle of town, and I said to myself, yeah, what's going on? People breaking the law just to make ends meet. People breaking their hearts just to stay off the street. And they're written on the wall for everyone to see. What's love is the law. They're right on the street. Oh, love, love, love. Love is love. Love is the law. Love is the law. Love is the, 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 love is the law. I'll do it again. Love is the, 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 love is the love. Oh, one more time. Love, 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 love. Love is the love.
Job done, off you go. There it is, everybody. Thank you for coming.
Love, love is the love. All right.
As much as 6 months in advance.
This is Lori and Julia on My Talk 1071 saying goodbye. Thanks for the love. Thanks.